Welcome to Cripple Fix It. I have a bit of an update here on my new G30 Motorola phone, of which I'm taking this video on. I thought I'd like to update you on a couple of things that I've done to it to help me out. Now I program remote in for the video on and off, and it works brilliantly this time. On off straight away. Was before I would have to click it, wait, click it, wait. Now it's working okay, so it must have been my phone. So that's that solved. Trouble is now, as I have just done, I tend to click it a bit too much. So I've got to get the hang of that. I'll pop it up there. Right, the other thing that was already annoying me was the button I told you about at the top, Google Assistant. Well, I don't know whether anyone else has found this, but I find that the Google Assistant to be completely useless, just like the Apple one. What's the Apple one called? I can't remember. It's called a stupid name. Very rarely, other than what is the weather, saying something like that, if you ask it to do something from your contacts list, like call Jeremy, it goes, the weather in Nevada is hot today. So you go, call Jeremy. Call Karen. No. Call. To me, it's designed with one purpose in mind, to wind you up. Within 2 minutes, you're screaming obscenities at the phone. People are looking at you thinking, what on earth has gone wrong with him? So if you see someone losing their rag completely with their phone, it's because they're attempting to use the assistant. And I've trained it for my voice, because I know my voice can be a bit funny now. It don't make any difference. I may as well be talking Swahili to it. So what I decided to do, the button, you can't just tell the button not to turn on the assistant. The only way you can do it, from what I've read, is to turn the assistant off completely. So if you do like using the assistant, but you're fed up with the button, you've had it tough. Just get used to the button. I don't think I can. The only thing, and do you know what it also does? I used to lock my phone, pressing the power button quickly, it goes to standby. Then the screen's blank and I'll pop it in my bag. If you hit that top button, or in the bag, it will hit the top button. It will go, hey Google, how can I help you today? Or something like that. So your bag's talking to you while you're walking along. And again, you're getting wound up. Everyone seems to be annoyed with it, and none of the technicians can work out why. I'd love to know, like, if I sit here now, I can use the assistant to go, what's the weather today where I am? And it'll go, oh, but I can look out the bloody window. That's the only thing I found it any good consistently at. Call Jeremy, he ain't got a clue. Oh, what do you want to do? I've had it play music to me when I don't want it to play music. Absolute tosh. So, bin that, it's off. So I'm just going to run you through the settings to turning that off. Because again, this is Android 11, by the way. It's different on 10. And I couldn't do it the way that I saw online to do it. So I had to find it myself. So I went to settings. Then Google. Then scroll down, you got your icons. There's a blue G. And it says Google Services and Preferences. Click that. Scroll down a bit. Then it says Settings for Google's Apps. Google Apps. Click that. It's quite a long way in. Then go on the Google Apps, scroll down to Search Assistant, click that. Again, you then will see Google Assistant. And then, well, I turned two things off. I only think I need to turn the last one off, but I turned the voice off as well. So I've got, when you get to Google Assistant, you'll have the top one, I think it is Hey Google and Voice Control. Go into there and I'll turn that off. I may need to turn that one back on for driving. I don't know why, because I often have it on, but what I tend to do is set up the phone call, and I've then got my Bluetooth hands-free up here. I haven't yet managed to make a successful call by pressing that, and it goes, what would you like to do? I go, call. It's never worked. You end up calling your grandmother or something, having a chat. You don't want to tell her, of course, you didn't mean to call her. You wanted to call Jeremy, but the phone don't know what it's doing, because she's going to say, well, why are you talking to your phone? And then I don't really know why I'm talking to my phone, because it doesn't seem to know what I'm talking about. Well, it wouldn't, would it? Phones don't understand what people know they don't. Not even now, 2022. They haven't got a clue. I hope they never make space rockets or cars voice activated. You can see where that's going to go, can't you? Go left. Did you say go right? No, go left. Brake. Did you say accelerate? No. By which time you've gone off the cliff. Before you'll crash at the bottom, and you'll hear as you're withering away, you'll hear the phone go, "Oh, you said brake, didn't you?" Yes. Yeah. Anyway, so we've done the Hey Google and voice activation off. So then go back, scroll down, scroll quite a way into app settings. Keep scrolling until you see general. Hit the general, and in the general you've got Google Assistant. There's only one in there, I think. Google Assistant off. That turns the whole thing off from what I can make out. Now, as I said, it hasn't disabled the button. It's just turned it off. So what happens now, when you click that button accidentally, it does come up with a reminder which says, do you want to turn the Google Assistant on? But I figured that's better than it yabbering on. It can take instructions from the radio. If someone's talking on the radio and it goes, "Hey Google," and if someone says something on the radio, it will then go, "Oh, this is the weather in Baltimore." Oh, where'd that come from? Because it picked up what it thinks someone said on the radio. I may be doing something very wrong, or have a really weird voice that you don't understand, but I've never ever found it work. Never. So that's how to turn it off. Hopefully you'll be able to rewind this video to go through it a little bit slower if you struggle with that, because it's quite a long way in. But it's basically settings, Google services and preferences, scroll down, settings for Google apps, search assistant, then Google Assistant. I mean, honestly. And then when you're in Google Assistant, you've got the Hey Google and voice activation. Go in there, turn that off. Like I say, if you want to use it for hands-free, you may have to turn that particular one back on. But I don't think that's going to work anyway when you turn the whole thing off. But I don't use it. No point in my life do I ever use Google Assistant, because it was causing my blood pressure to spike too often when I'm literally losing my rag trying to get the phone to do simple tasks. I mean, I was with my brother the other week, and he said, we were debating whether some show, when it started, and I said, well, over here in the UK, it was the 90s. I think it might have even been Ninja Turtles. Christ only knows why we were talking about that. Anyway, I said 90s. He said, no, it was 80s. He then starts, oh no, I'll look at my phone. When was Ninja Turtles shown in the UK? And all sorts of stuff was coming up. Do you want to watch Ninja Turtles? No. And he repeats himself. I mean, quite honestly, you just Google it in the old way with writing. You'd have done it long before he was yabbering to his phone. And we discovered that it wasn't in the 90s it came over here. So I was right. Which is always nice to be, isn't it? Right, so there's your settings. And then scroll down more, general, Google Assist, and off. If you don't want that coming up. And I can't imagine why you would. But maybe you've got the voice that Google recognises and I haven't. So that's me little remote dongle. Google Assist off. I backed up. I restored everything from my backup, apart from WhatsApp went wrong. WhatsApp was from an older backup. Don't know why. So what I did is I went back in my old phone. You got a problem when you do that, because WhatsApp works on the phone number, so it can't work out that you're fiddling around with your phones. So it tries to stop it on one phone and start it on another phone, whatever. But I managed to get it on my old phone, and I did a backup today of the day and made sure it went to my Google Drive as well. And then went back to my new phone, and I had to uninstall the app. Uninstall the app, put your finger on the icon on the home screen, and don't take it off. Up the top you'll see remove or uninstall appear. Then drag it up, drop it onto uninstall, and then it's gone. Then go to the Play Store and put the app back on. That's the only way you can do it that I know, I could see. It's the only way you can restore is by having it a new install. So then I put my number in again, Luckily, that's all you have to do. Goes in. It recognised there was a backup of the day today. Say, I was, yes, restore. Came in lovely. So I had all my messages, and then I was up and running. Done. Final hiccup, which is a little bit of a pooper for me, is because I've already done another video, external microphone. Well, guess what doesn't work on this phone? My external microphone. After spending far too long of my life working out how to get it working on the other phone, I discovered that it doesn't work on this phone. Plug it in, pushed it all the way, did all the things I mucked up. I now know them because I mucked them up on the other phone. Plugged it in all the way, click, and it was the fours connection 3.5mm plug. So it's the right end, right thing, plug it in, nothing. And a good way to test if your microphone is working or not is go to the app store and just put voice recorder in. Put on one of those apps. And what most of them have is when you're recording a voice message, it has a waveform. So when it's all quiet, there's nothing. It's just a flat line, like someone's not alive anymore. And then if you plug your microphone in, your external one, and tap it, the waveform should shoot up. Or rub it, it should shoot up. And it wasn't. So anyway, I'm obviously a little bit disappointed. So what I've ordered now is the end of my phone, USB-C connector to microphone, and I'm hoping that is just going to do it. What it'll mean is I can't charge my phone and use that, but you can't have everything, can you? I shouldn't need to charge this phone because the battery appears to last a long time. But, if I'm doing a 2-hour video, which hopefully I won't, because I don't think anyone will be watching after the first 20 minutes, will they? But anyway, I haven't got that option now to charge, unless I just then record it on the normal mic, which is what I'm doing today. And I've had no complaints about the sound. It annoys me that I've got a microphone and a kit and I can't use it. So I want to get it to work even if I never do use it. So when that turns up, I may do another video which in the playlists, I'll stick it on the same playlist as the previous mess up. So I think that's it. I think I'm away. And the quality of the video when I was editing looked really good. It's not as good as a £1,500 Canon camera. But then again, you're not watching the latest Star Wars film, are you? The budget was considerably less to make this video than it was to make whatever the latest Star Wars was. A little bit less anyway. Okay, I shall use my remote now and say cheerio. We're 20 minutes. Gone way past the 17. Will I do that? As you saw in my unboxing video. It didn't let me down, did it? Right. Cheerio. Oh, that hasn't worked.